Once upon a time, beside the deep blue sea, there lived a fisherman and his wife in a tiny little cottage. Every day, the fisherman would walk down to the shore with his fishing rod. He loved listening to the waves and watching the sparkling water. Even though he didn't have much, he was happy with his simple life. But his wife felt very differently. She often complained about their small cottage. "Ugh, look at this place," she would say. "It's old, damp, and far too small. I'm tired of living like this." The fisherman loved his wife very much and always tried to make her happy. But no matter what he did, she always wanted something more. One morning, he went fishing just like every other day. He cast his line into the sea and waited patiently. Hours passed. Suddenly, tug! His fishing rod shook violently. "Oh wow, something big is on the line." The fisherman pulled and pulled with all his strength. Finally, a beautiful golden fish appeared above the water. Its scales shimmered like sunlight. Then something unbelievable happened. The fish spoke. "You finally caught me, fisherman." The fisherman nearly dropped his fishing rod. "Wait, did you just talk?" "Yes," replied the fish. "I'm not an ordinary fish. I'm actually a prince trapped under a magical spell." "A prince?" the fisherman gasped. "Please set me free," begged the fish. "If you do, I'll grant you any wish you desire." The fisherman smiled kindly. "I don't need a wish. I've never met a talking fish before, but I certainly won't hurt you." And with that, he gently released the fish back into the sea. The golden fish disappeared beneath the waves. Excited by what had happened, the fisherman hurried home. His wife looked surprised. "Why are you back so early? Didn't you catch anything?" "Well, I did catch a fish." "Then where is it?" "It was a magical fish. It spoke to me and said it was a prince under a spell." His wife's eyes grew wide. "A magical fish?" The fisherman nodded. "It offered me a wish, but I let it go." "You what?" His wife couldn't believe her ears. "You found a magical fish and didn't ask for anything?" The fisherman shrugged. "I didn't know what to ask for." His wife shook her head. "You could have asked for a better house. Go back and find that fish immediately." The fisherman didn't want to upset his wife, so he returned to the seashore. Standing by the waves, he called out, "Flounder, flounder, fish prince, I have come to make a wish." Moments later, the golden fish appeared. "What do you want, fisherman?" The fisherman sighed. "My wife isn't happy living in our little cottage. She wishes for a nice new house." The fish nodded. "Go home. Your wish has already been granted." The fisherman hurried home. To his amazement, the tiny cottage had vanished. In its place stood a beautiful new house. It had bright windows, clean rooms, and lovely furniture. His wife was thrilled. "We finally have a proper home." The fisherman smiled. "Now we can be happy." But that night, his wife couldn't sleep. The next morning, she made another request. "This house is too small." The fisherman blinked. "Too small?" "Yes, I want a palace." "A palace?" "And I want to be a queen." The fisherman couldn't believe it, but once again he returned to the sea. The fish listened patiently. Soon, the house became a magnificent palace. His wife became a queen. Yet she still wasn't satisfied. "I want to be an empress." Again, the fisherman visited the fish, and once again the wish was granted. The palace became larger than ever. His wife sat upon a grand throne as empress. "Now you must be happy," said the fisherman. His wife frowned. "I'm not sure." Days passed. Weeks passed. Still, she wanted more. One morning, she called her husband. "I want to control time." The fisherman stared in shock. "What?" "I want to rule the sun and the moon." His heart sank. "My dear, why would you want such a thing?" "Because I can." The fisherman begged her to stop, but she refused. Sadly, he returned to the sea one final time. The waves were dark now. The wind howled loudly. the fish appeared. "What does your wife want this time?" The fisherman lowered his head. "She wants to control time and rule the sun and the moon." The fish sighed. "Very well." When the fisherman returned home, everything had disappeared. The palace was gone. His wife was gone. Looking up, he saw a shining palace floating above the clouds. His wife had everything she wanted, but now she was completely alone. The fisherman felt heartbroken. With tears in his eyes, he ran back to the sea. "Fish Prince, please help me." The golden fish appeared. "What is it, fisherman?" For the very first time, the fisherman made a wish for himself. "I don't want riches. I don't want a palace. I don't want power. I only want my wife back." The fish smiled warmly. "And what is your wish?" The fisherman answered softly, "I want my wife to be with me, and I want her to be truly happy." The fish nodded. "Go home. Your wish has been granted." The fisherman ran home as fast as he could. To his surprise, the little cottage had returned, and standing outside was his wife. She smiled through her tears. "My husband." The fisherman rushed over. His wife held his hands. "I finally understand. All this time, I kept wanting more and more, but I never appreciated what I already had." She looked around the tiny cottage. "And now I realize something important. Happiness doesn't come from palaces, crowns, or endless wishes. It comes from love, gratitude, and being with the people who truly care about you." The fisherman smiled. "And I love you more than anything." From that day forward, they lived happily together in their cozy little cottage by the sea, and they never forgot the lesson they had learned. True happiness comes from appreciating what you already have.